Ghost is something which is not real. Yeah. So when you're talking about gospel, a spell from the ghost. So more times ghosts are evil spirits. Yeah. So when you talk about gospel, which means the good news about Christ, people have termed it a gospel now. A spell of the ghost. Holy Manuel Selassie, Rastafari, this is History Clinic. Tony CPTV as usual. Yeah, with me, King Jahfire. Ruoralo, Ruormepobech, and the King of Rastafari. Yes, more teachings as usual. Yeah. Not forgetting our viewers, big respect and one love. Kagaluo, Unmotie, Ulaya, Utikwene, Kimpeng Weng, Mautika supporting Tony CPTV. Kamera forward to one. Don't Tini want to get medical phone. Today we have brought you more teachings about Rasta livity. Rasta livity. Kawai Rasta livity. Tian lokaningo. Aber kawajne ma chako phone dana lokom Jamaican patwa. Ma wajne mana African English. So no more. There's a word mathematic livity. Livity. Rasta livity. Livity going any way of life. For example, Rasta livity. Alo ko Rasta livity. Ko pa loti Rasta livity. To live the Rastafari way of life. Livity, spelling H-O-L-I-V-I-T-Y. Livity. That is way of life. For example, if you are watching Shotokan livity, New Karate livity, New Karate way of life, New Farai livity, tiyan lokane the Rastafari way of life. I'm here down yang kinen. Now, one kawachero madutut, pianana wa ingech ena ilonyo. Rasta kitiyuki lokne. I sincerely, instead of saying sincerely, ka inam the word sincere. Sincere, the word sincere, bal, not here. So, Rastafari, finally, it is very stupid for you to continue using the word. Sincerely, it is me. Sincerely. No. You say, I sincerely. You say, I sincerely, instead of saying, sincerely. Mero ni ang loken. Pera tek. Pian ka way sincerely, no de kero bale ye. Ero I sincerely, no ti way an pera kena. No, I sincerely. Eroka we sincerely no kero balo ni an la bal leb mo. Now as we go, the word dedication. Kaiber ka na more in Rastafari. It is a mistake. Kawano dier ginumon ke wani dedication. You dedicated. Ento Rasta genda kukatiki neno matut. Ni instead of saying dedication, you say lification. Because ketam the word dead, tienoke gin mauta. Dead means gin mauta. Pi in joma pengeo. So in petwer we adier ginumon ki ngatumon. Roma in ti watching dier gin mauta ki ngatumon. Which is not right. So instead of saying dedication, you say lification. Lification. Say I lificate this to the president. I lificate this to Tony CP. I lificate this for the Rastafari. Instead of saying I dedicate. Your learning never ends. Now, mere inenge the word for them, for us. In Rastafari, the word for F-O-R. In Rastafari, F-E. Feed them. Instead of saying for them, you say feed them. Feed them. Feed them. For sure. For true. For sure. For true. For sure. For true. For true. I'm here for engineering. And nobody too old to learn. We make a lot of mistakes using that very same language of English. So it is high time, I think we have to learn this original African English. Majomoka and Luon is Jamaican English. This is not Jamaican English. This is original African English. Arabica, which is more any. The reason why it is very interesting because it uses the English language to fight English. Yes. Kai ber kanan sincerely man le mono. Eno kawa I sincerely. No, it's still English, but no, I have put it to the next level. Now, mere iningene. Machalo one Rastafari. There's a common mistake that people make. Allah tinchaber ka wachini about overstanding, about understanding. Now, there's another concept. If you have picked something internally, you say, I understand. I understand. And most of the time through the English language, we only know there's only one version of that word. We only know understanding. But there's overstanding, and today I am teaching you understanding. Understanding. Mono when you describing kai niang gimoni. Ana wa ni overstanding tien look niang matut. Ero understanding tien look taking it to understand, not to understand, because the word understand and overstand is fighting or understanding. Because when you say, my brother, Tony CP, do you understand what I'm saying? No, you are wrong. I'm supposed to ask Tony CP, do you understand what I man communicate? Or do you understand? Do you understand? Because Niangimone comes from the inside of you. That's why we talk about understanding. Inner yourself. Understanding. So you have to mark these words. Because like I say, if you don't pay attention, you will not even learn some of these words. Because these words, they carry, be careful with words. Because they are words that carry spell. They are words that carry spell. For example, the good news about Christ, we cannot call them gospels. No. Put the word gos, then they put the word spell. Which means, basically we are bringing bad energy to the people by calling the holy books gospels. We should call them holy scriptures instead of saying gospels. Mark what I'm saying. What is a ghost? Yeah, because these are two words put together now. What is a ghost? Ghost is something which is not real. Yeah. So when you're talking about gospel, a spell from the ghost. So more times ghosts are evil spirits. Yeah. So when you talk about gospel, which means the good news about Christ, people have termed it a gospel now. A spell of the ghost, which is not right. I want us to begin correcting some of these things because of the teachings of Rastafari. At the beginning, I say Farai livity or Rastafari livity denotes the Rastafarian way of life. Now, through the principles, through the education brought by the Rastafari livity, we are able to change and correct ourselves. Because some of these words we have been using them unknowingly. So it is high time, as we are learning the original African English that some people call Jamaican English. I beg you, my brethren, we need to connect. We need to correct some of these wrong parts. Now, when I'm saying brother, there's a way we call it. We say brethren, 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 or you say idren. So sister, sister you call sistren. Hello, my sistren. Hello, my sister. You say sistren. Yeah. Brother, you say brethren, brethren, or idren. Yes, I. These small words, sets Rastafari far apart. Instead of saying, I want to go ahead, you say, I forward. Mark some of these words. So through these teachings, you realize that Rastafari right now, as I talk, there are people like from the University of West Indies who are studying the livity of Rasta. Pe unluo, pe tieke ngato meken muteki ker ngata wi otaldong. There is no one too old to learn. Dan weng mir yaba dami. Nen an ma jarwara lo inone afonye. Wala tiam de titwer fonya. Dan ma dit wer fonya. An bera twer fonya dan ma dit. So, lok ma war ber kanyu akone ne man in wang oh. Pieni history clinic patoni CPTV. Ma wano cha wano toni ni wano ber chalo wang oh. Me mi fony. Jemi mau karne lo tiam kama. Dong mir iningini. Machalo dana pay to money ngile ba churi ke ken. Dog be pay time British English. New Lebanon is the best English. Nan wati wa American English, wati wa African English makiluone patwa. Ma energy makiluone Jamaican English. So ana lego ne wa yabwi wa malach. Because as History Clinic, we have the obligation to bring you current affairs, and we have the obligation me for you jam mano un politic ngeji. La boy I was in Gulu City. So big up to Past Culture. Past Culture is one youth who come and encourage me about patwa, because him learn a lot from this, and he encourage me to keep on teaching our people, to make them learn, because learning is a non-stop journey. So I and I feel learn. So when we say I and I remember I told you the other time, we, there's no word that exists that we say we in Rastafari. We say I and I does not mean me. I and I, it means a collective people. I and I. Why? Because fight Rasta, we fight down division. We don't want segregation. That's why I and I, which means it's the word of equality. You see, God created man in his own image. So you are the image of God, I'm the image of God. That's why we say I and I. You are the image of God and me too. That's why instead of say I alone, no, we don't say that. Instead of saying we is wrong. We don't know what the meaning of we is. Yeah, but I and I. When I talk about me and Tony, he say I and I. So you need to learn this. We bring you teachings. I know Jomo kana tieka inemi mfonyi maduongo to alukichara kunyo. So with these few words, we bring you today from the Tony CP television. We also want you to learn it. Try to practice them. Try to pronounce them alone. For example, brethren, sistren. Yeah, yeah man. Innerstand. Yeah man. Innerstanding. Yeah man. Fi true. Yeah man. Fi dead. Fi true. Yeah man. Them fi no. I want you to learn. Try to practice. Komanda. So this is the teaching about the patwa language, brought to you by His Royal Highness King Jahfire, the king of the Rastafari, Mepobech Chua Empire, and the ghetto ambassador, Northern UG. Respect. God bless you all. Jah Rastafari. Lo